Michelle, and let's see if I can grab Timna Tarr, our guest today. Timna Tarr. Here she is. Waiting for Timna. Timna's in Massachusetts. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Can you see me, hear me, all that?
I can see you fine. It's a little delayed, but maybe it's just working through. Are you in your studio?
I am. I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work, I'll go outside and we'll
Okay.
try it. We'll do it outside if we
Cool.
need to.
I'm glad you're in your studio. So Timna Tarr from where are you in Massachusetts?
I'm in Western Massachusetts, so right now I'm in Holyoke, and
Holyoke.
so I'm a mile from my house in South Hadley.
Nice. Okay. And it's still a little chilly there.
It snowed all day.
Yeah, I've
Um,
got family there, so I know it's been a tough late spring for sure.
yeah, but it's sunny today for the first time in I don't know how long, so that's good.
Oh, good. Well, I feel you were just here in Napa for Craft Napa January, which
And it
feels
was
like
warmer then there than it is here now.
I believe it.
Yeah.
It feels like years ago that happened. It was only 3 months ago, but it feels like years ago.
That was a whole different lifetime. Yeah.
It's a whole different lifetime. So, tell us what you've been up to, how you're handling the quarantine.
Fine. Fine. I wasn't sure my studio was going to be open when Massachusetts closed everything. So I kind of panicked and took a sewing machine and bags of scraps and the things that were most important to my house. So I've been actually working out of my house a lot, which has been good because I haven't, put on clothes, just been like hanging out there. So I've been working on scrap quilts. That's pretty much what I've been doing. But this week I'm back in the studio because I needed my design wall and I needed the long arm. And so I'm back in the studio, which is good. They left it open because it's a closed building and it's not open to the public. So that's why we can still
But so you
access
can
it.
get into the workspace. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's great.
Uh, and you've got children. I think you've at least one son.
I have one daughter and she's 14.
Oh, a daughter. Sorry.
It's okay.
I got my families wrong. I apologize.
It's
She's
okay.
14. So is she a freshman or eighth grade
Yeah,
or?
yeah, freshman. And she's
Okay.
doing, online school and playing a lot of video games and painting. She's
Yeah.
doing a lot of drawing and painting, which is great.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are you handling the quarantine creatively? What have you
Oh,
been up to?
I'll show you what I've been working on. I'm going to flip out the camera.
Okay. Okay. I definitely want to see that on the back.
Okay. Well, I'll show you the chicken quilt. That was pre-quarantine, but I'll show it to you anyway.
That is
So,
so stunning. So tell everybody about your process.
yeah, so I have this technique called, I call it stitched mosaics, and I'll come in close so you can see. Basically what it is I grid out a photograph and do an applique technique, prepare edge applique within the grid. So this white is appliqued onto the blue and this white is appliqued onto a blue square, and then I join the squares together.
So that's needle turn applique. That's not raw edge.
It's it's machine applique. So
Still turned under.
it's not raw edge. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. So one thing I did do during the quarantine, which was great because I've been wanting to do it for months, is I set up an online class for this. So I have an online class like up and ready to go, so you can learn the technique if you're
What is
interested.
your website so people can learn more about that?
Timnatarr.com.
So TIMNATARR.com.
You got it.
Okay, can we just go back to the chicken? I
Yes.
just want to clarify. This kind of amazes me. You're saying that you machine applique each bit of that chicken onto each square before you join them?
Correct. Yeah.
That's intense.
It's it's fussy. It's definitely fussy, but I can figure out a way to make a pictorial quilt that made sense in my brain. Like I'm a traditional block-based quilter, so I can make a block and I can sew another block to it and have it make sense
So,
to me.
All right, so I'm just going to ask a real neophyte question on this. So
Yeah,
say, for instance, you've got one little block. What are they? 2.5, 3 inches square?
they finish it 2 inches. Yeah.
But for each one that you're machine applicating, like, so let's just take the head and the eye of that chicken. Seems
Yep.
to be probably one of the more intense ones. So
Like a
you
foot.
have to have a seam allowance.
Yes. Yeah.
And
So I
each,
make a template that's this shape of the red, and then I
okay,
cut out a 1/4 inch bigger. I use freezer paper templates and turn
that's
the edges under.
that's a lot of work, lady.
It is a lot of work. I'm not going
But
to deny
so
it.
effective, though. I mean, if you can nail it, that is incredible.
Yeah, I've been obsessed with them for a couple of years, and now I'm like ready to do something else, but I'm not sure what that something else is. So I might
So
make
can
some
you
more
go
of these.
back a little bit? We can see the whole. So each one of these is what, like 12 inches by
Yeah,
12?
give or take. Yeah.
That
And I'm going to
is,
turn it around, and you can see a big one on this wall. So that one's 38 inches square.
that is gorgeous. Can you give us a close up?
Oh yeah, I'll go in on here's the eye.
And again, is that all machine applique?
Correct. Yeah. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of just a little fusible for the weight of the eye because it's sometimes too tiny to do it, but this one is all turned edge machine.
Oh my gosh.
So
And so how many quilts have you made in that style? Because I keep seeing them pop up on your Instagram, and I've seen them at, Quilt Festival and such.
right. So I made 12 of these barnyard animals. They're all the same size. And then I've done this little chicken one that was behind me, and another one of my cousin's daughter. I'll pull that one out because I have that one nearby. This is like old school Timna over here on this wall.
Old school Timna.
Not that old school, but earlier.
Very cool. So is your studio in a warehouse?
It's an old warehouse on a canal. It was a factory, a mill town.
Right.
Oh, here's this one. This one will be on the floor.
Okay, I've seen this one in person, haven't I? This has
You
been
might have. It was
a
at Houston. It's been around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Very
that was the
cool.
first one I did.
In the mosaic style?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah. So I'll show you what I've been doing I've been doing comfort food quilting. That's what I've been calling it this last few weeks.
Okay.
So I've been working on an old school string quilt. So I'll come back in. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Very traditional, but using the colors that I love.
Yeah.
So it just went on the frame today.
So have you found that during this, your creative acumen has been kind of lowered a little bit or not?
Yeah. Mostly because I don't have any, like I'm not busy doing teaching, or I'm not busy, basically teaching. So I have so much more time, and I'm wasting it, like I'm not as efficient as I am normally. So I've actually been reading a lot of books and cooking. I don't love to cook, but I've cooked a lot. So
Yeah, I hear you. So tired of my cooking.
we got takeout last night, and my kid was so excited. You thought we would have won $1 million. She was like, oh, I can choose what we're gonna have.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So can we just go back to the long arm for 1 second?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you just started piecing that comfort quilt during this quarantine?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago I started, and
That's a
was
lot.
a little obsessive about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was with the scraps I took home, so it was like all I had at home. I just had scraps.
So what kind of, I'm just out of curiosity. I dream of getting a long arm. I don't think I'm ever going to do it, but what long arm are you using?
I have an Innova,
Okay.
and it's my second machine. I had a different brand before, which was a total workhorse, but this
Uh-huh.
one is a little bit uh, has a few more bells and whistles than my old machine did. So it, that's that's what I have. And it used to live in my attic, not attic, but bedroom, with slanted ceilings in the
Right. Like
house, and
storage.
it's
Yep.
set. Yeah, it's set right under the slant, and so to move it into this space was like amazing because I don't have. I used to have to crawl underneath to get to the backside, and now I can actually walk around.
Oh, that's funny. Well, that is a
Yeah,
gorgeous quilt. Love that string quilt. Nicely done.
thanks,
Um,
thanks.
do you happen to have any of your map quilts hanging around?
I have one that's really easy to get to.
Okay.
Those are my traveling suitcases, which are,
I love
just
color.
hanging out. So I have one of the map quilts of the neighborhood we're in right now. So,
Oh yeah, that was on the Craft Napa site. I love that.
oh yeah. So that's Holyoke, Massachusetts,
Yeah.
and we are right here. Oh no, where are we? We're right here, right where the railroads are. Because
Uh-huh.
if I look out the window, I can see the train station.
Very cool.
Yeah, and
So
my house is right there.
so you're really not far from your home, the warehouse.
No,
The
not at all.
studio.
Yeah, I can walk.
So those are two classes that I think that, from my experience, that you're known for are the mosaic math classes. And you said the mosaic, you're creating an online course, or
Yeah, yep. It's up and running, and I was psyched to do it because I've been wanting to do it for a long time, but just didn't have the mental bandwidth to do it. So the quarantine made that happen, or let that happen, I guess.
so tell us more about that class. Is it a number of sessions? What's the price? All that fun stuff.
Sure, I'm gonna turn around. It is it's all pre-recorded, so you can just go up and look at it and do it all at once or take your time. It's $35. It's not expensive, and it gives you all the tips on how to do it. You can use your own picture, or you can use the picture that I use as a demo, whichever you prefer. So if you go to
Awesome.
my website, you can just click on online workshops and find it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to share or show us?
You want to see another scrap quilt since I'm in the scrap quilt mode right now?
Yes, please.
Well, or you have to say yes, I guess, because you
No, I
have to.
definitely do. I think we just love peeking into your studio space, and it's amazing what you have on your wall. I have to tell you, that string quilt that you're doing, that is way beyond my level right now. I'm super impressed that you were able to take all that home and piece all that.
Oh, but it's brainless piecing. It's just like
Yeah,
sewing
you're
things
right.
together.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what I did right before the quarantine.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
So I had a bunch of 4-inch squares that I cut for some other project that I'd never used.
Yep.
So I took those and sliced them in half, or used my scissors. They weren't exactly in half. Pieced in a little strip and then laid it out.
Beautiful. Can we get a close up at all?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, someone's asking what kind of thread you like.
What kind of thread?
Yes.
Um,
Ooh, I like
this
that.
one looks like it's glide thread.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a little shimmer to it, and it's color. So it's like a light teal green.
Nice. So is that your preferred thread that you tend to use in your pieces, or is there any choices of thread you like to use?
I use glide a lot, and I also use, and I'll come back to the cat, or I'll come back to the chickens. I use
I love those chickens.
mono poly from Superior
I
a
I
lot.
have a lot of that.
Yeah.
So that's what you must use for your machine applique.
Yes, and also for the quilting on this one, it's almost all um, monopoly.
Okay.
And this one,
I gotta tell you, you are on point. I mean, I cannot believe that you applicate those individually on the squares and then piece them together. I mean, they like it's like a puzzle. They perfectly fit together.
they don't, but you can just think that they do. Um,
Hey, to my eye, they totally work.
well, that's the beauty of it, is because your eye will, make that transition, even though it's not perfect. Your eye will make that. Here's another one. See, it doesn't really join up, but your eye will correct it.
Well,
So it's pretty forgiving.
it is. Well, okay. I'll believe you. I'm gonna have to take this class. I'm signing myself up because I would love to do that, especially with my dogs and my cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that is so cool. Now, tell us where, I know a lot of teaching gigs have been canceled and stuff, but do you have quilts that are in traveling exhibits right now that people can see if shows open up or stay open the rest of this year?
Uh, no, no, I can't think of anything. Oh, that's not true. My whole Barnyard series, all 12 of them, are going to be if there's a show, is going to be at the Long Beach show, the International Quilt Festival in Long Beach, as a full exhibit. So that I'm super excited about. Cross your fingers,
Now,
but we'll see.
yeah, I'm not sure that show's gonna, California's,
Yeah,
we're
I
still
know.
somewhat lockdown. However, are they planning to go to Houston at all? Do you know? Or
They haven't made a decision yet, so maybe
okay,
we'll see.
well, they're amazing. I mean, I've seen a number of your quilts in person, and uh,
Oh, I have another quilt to show you. Can I show you one other little one?
absolutely.
This quilt, My Naked Torso.
I've seen that.
You published it in Quilting Arts in, I think, 2005 or 6. It was the
Okay.
first quilt I ever had published in a magazine. It was like a reader challenge self-portrait. And it was like the best thing that had ever happened to me. I was so excited to have it published.
That's so awesome. Can you tell us all again what it says on your pregnant tummy?
Well, when I was pregnant, had zero creative interest and hadn't made any quilt to kind of commemorate that. So you did that challenge, and I was like, okay, I got to make a pregnancy quilt. So it says the only time a woman wishes she were a year older is when she is expecting a baby. I didn't love being pregnant, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I'm embarrassed that I did make the connection that it was in quilting art. I thought,
Why would you?
20
years ago, why would you?
Oh, times.
Right.
Oh, I love that cat.
Yeah.
So cool. So how big is your?
It's 700 square feet.
Nice.
So I'll do this. Give you a little panorama. Yeah, so I got it because I thought I might do classes in here, and it turns out I haven't done any, and I just have lots of room to make a really big mess, which is fine.
That's good. I mean, you're clearly prolific. I mean, you just keep creating during this, whether it's mindless string piece quilts or something as intense as the machine applique little, gridded mosaics. I mean, it's just inspiring to see what you're doing during this and how you're using the space. Now, you said that you had some classes. What was canceled?
Oh, everything. Like everything from March until probably through June at least. So that's a lot.
Are you a traveling teacher? Do you go all over the country?
Yeah, this week I was supposed to be in Florida, which would be a great time to be in Florida, but I'm now in the snow, still in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I travel a lot, and I mean, I get it. I totally understand. I don't want to I don't want to be traveling now, even if things were going. So
yeah.
Okay, we'll just see what happens.
What machine is that?
That's Juki.
A Juki. Okay. So
Yeah.
you use a Juki and then a Nova for your long arm work.
Yeah. And my Bernina, I have a Bernina at home.
Very
So,
nice.
hi, Abby.
Hi,
Yeah.
Abby. Very cool. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you wanted to share?
No, I'm just glad you're doing these. It's fun to see everybody's space and what they're working on and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying doing this. You know, I've mentioned this a number of times, but I'm quarantining by myself. So this is like one half hour, 45 minutes in the day where I get to see a human
Right. Right.
and
Right.
and kind of commiserate about how we're taking care of ourselves creatively during this. Because I certainly am struggling. Um, and so it's really fun to see how other people are handling it.
Yeah, because everyone's dealing differently, which is what
Yeah,
to be expected.
yeah. So okay, well, tell everybody what your website is again, and the
It
online class that you're offering now is the mosaic
right.
quilts.
It is Timna Tarr, TIMNATARR.com. And my handle on Instagram is Timna Tarr, so you can just go through there.
Yeah, everybody go follow Tina if you haven't already. She does phenomenal work, guys. I mean, it's so inspiring to see your feed, truly.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
So, okay, so the last thing I wanted to say was, or just to let everybody know, is that you do have that online class now
Mm-hmm. Yep.
for
Um,
$35. That's dirt cheap. I mean, I'm going to sign up, even though I'm a little nervous about the machine applique on the squares.
you can
I'll try
modify.
it.
You can modify and do some fusing if you need to.
Awesome. That's probably where I'm going to go.
Right.
So, okay, well, it was so good talking with you. Any final
Nice.
thoughts?
No, thanks for having me. Thanks for everyone showing up to say hi, which is nice.
Yeah.
There are lots of nice
Well,
familiar faces or
I'm
familiar
gonna
names.
I'm gonna download this and then edit it just to the interview part of this live that I'm doing today. And I'm gonna upload it to the Crafting on Life YouTube channel. And I'm finally starting to amass a collection of these little lives and figuring out where they can live forever and not just be gone in 24 hours. Because I mean, what everybody's sharing is just amazing, and I think it's you know, some people have just to see how you guys are handling this creatively is I think really people are finding a lot of solace in that, seeing what others are doing.
That's nice.
So yeah. All right, Timna,
All
take
right.
care.
Thanks. You
All
too.
right, thanks for coming
Bye
on.
bye.
All right, bye.